It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. She off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My yegun.
Hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo la mo to do.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun la wa mo la mo to do.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live.
I've got the opportunity to serve again for additional 4 years, and Nigerians will know the difference. We have got.
Thank you so much for joining me again tonight. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. And just tell them, Mayegun today.
Ani Mayegun la wa mo to do.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun
Ani esunraki.
Mayegun ti de.
Thank you. Share this broadcast. Tell them. Yes.
Lórí Facebook. And yes, we like you. Lórí YouTube. And yes, we like you. Oh, Baba Bewure.
Yes. I will talk. Now that the tribunal have finished their pre-hearing, which means now they have decided to go ahead into trial. But That's going to start a day after the inauguration of Kolu. We can go a little bit deeper on this Dangote refinery tonight. Today, good evening to you once again, good afternoon to you, and then a good morning to you from wherever you are watching from. Yes, this is Mayegun live. If you have taken your time to read the caption of the broadcast, thank you. If you have also dropped your own offering, which is like this broadcast, thank you. Now, if you have managed to share this broadcast as much as you can, oh, great. I will say, first off for you, above it all, read the description of the broadcast too. Sometimes, I just pick anything randomly to be the title of the broadcast. The real conversation is inside, especially for those who are watching live. I'm sorry if you're watching a replay, or if you're watching a premiere, which is like the cutout of this. Or if you're watching live, this is the moment you can take your time and kind of be into it. So thank you if you have done all of that. So this evening, I have so many thanks to actually send out, but I'll come back to that one, especially the brethren, the lovers of Mayegun, who have been so generous and kind in the last few days. I have something for you. However, you remember that yesterday when the court resumed, right? Even though the usual drama that pervaded the last week of this their pre-hearing, pre-hearing at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal in Abuja, the drama of Labour Party, gangsters who want to take over Labour Party are pampas. I'm talking about Lamidiot, are pampas. We've not seen that since the beginning of this week. Now, today, being the day 7 of their pre-hearing trial and all that, the tribunal came back. Well, yesterday, the argument was on should they consolidate all of the petitions, okay, together as one. I did my kind of a little understanding of that, and I made some explanation to you. It was practically the idea of if you don't want to waste time, as a lot of people actually would wish that the election petition tribunal and all these election or court cases will be completed before the swearing in of anybody that has been declared winner. Do you get that? So if you would want a sort of accelerated, trial, then they will consolidate. Consolidating means anything similar in the petitions of the petitioners, Obi and Atiku. Anything similar, like if it's about the drug case, if it's about his certificate, his educational certificate and all that, if it's about perjury and every other thing that they might have in similar, they will merge them. So which means Tinubu will respond to them at once. INEC will respond to all of them at once. But the difference is this: they are not one. Do you get that now? They are not one. They are still going to, when they are responding back to those petitions, Tinubu, APC, and INEC, they will still have to face PDP and Labour Party's lawyers in arguing those, those petitions and those accusations and all that out. Here you get. So finally, the tribunal will now rule and say, okay, after hearing all this and that, this is our ruling. So in order to save time, Obi's team were asking for at least 7 weeks for them to present all of their evidence present all their witnesses, and then defense same. So Atiku is asking for probably about 15 weeks. Now, 7 weeks is about 2 months. 15 weeks is about 3 months or 4 months, nearly 4 months. So by the time you put all this together, right, Tinubu would have been in office for maybe like 6 months already before Tribunal will even like say anything. So consolidating them means they can fasten them. And when they came today, they said the decision on live streaming is final. That's not going to change. And the decision on don't bring your mobile phone into the courtroom, even if you are a lawyer, senior or junior, that they lifted yesterday, they have returned it today. They said security agencies in Nigeria advised them, the judges, the tribunal, against allowing mobile phones in that courtroom. So which means everything is going to be in camera. You know what that means? You just have to rely on whatever the media dish out from that place, or you wait for their lawyers to come out and tell you what happened inside, rather than the usual way that we kind of get access and have people inside that kind of have to be like back. So they are stopping all of that. If you are caught, you can get sent to prison. And they say it's because the security agents in Nigeria told them that. Right? Anyway, the court or the tribunal ruled today that they would have to. Meanwhile, even Tinubu was against consolidating the petition. Do you get that now? Like putting them together and answer them all together. APC, Tinubu and INEC, they are against that too. So the court came back today and they ruled that they will be consolidating it. Obi and Atiku's lawyer, they agreed on consolidating their petitions for them to respond. So when petitions are consolidated like that and the whole thing is run the way it should be, right? When they will deliver judgment, they are not going to deliver judgment for Atiku, Obi, and APM at the same time. Oh, no. They will read the judgment out one by one. For you, Peter Obi, for you, Atiku, this is our ruling. For you, Obi, this is our ruling. For you, APM, this is our ruling. That's what they do. Now, to shorten that, they have reduced it to 3 weeks. Or say 4 weeks. So they're going to take like a whole week recess now. Now, from the 30th of May, the trial will start. So which means in 3 weeks, Atiku, Obi, and the APM or ARM guy, they would have to prove to the court that indeed the 2023 elections charade was rigged for Tinubu, and it didn't. No, at first, they are asking that he's not qualified. Then, he didn't even score the constitutionally required numbers to be declared winner of such election. So the problem now is this. INEC is also standing like they are also candidates in the charade. Are you with me? So the old documents, you remember they are saying something around, they didn't give INEC all of the, INEC didn't give Obi and Atiku all the documents for the election. Now, let me tell you the background story of that, okay? Just a reminder, right? 5 times. Before now, after that election, 5 times now, court has issued ex parte order, 5 ex parte orders or so, on INEC to release the document, including the equipment used for 2023 elections, presidential election. And 5 times, INEC received those summons, and 5 times, INEC denied them. All this while, so last week, INEC said the reason why they haven't given Obi and Atiku the document or access to the beavers was because Obi and Atiku, they refused to pay the 1.5 million naira charges for such documents. They said Tinubu paid it, and therefore they have given Tinubu all of the result, all the documents. According to them, Tinubu and co are saying that no, they haven't given us any much document too. but they are not making a fuss about it. They are not really that worried. They just believe that when INEC is ready, they will give them. You know, so they are working together, Abi. But for Obi and Atiku, they are the ones to come and prove that the result INEC declared is wrong. In fact, allowing Tinubu to run for presidency is even against the constitution of Nigeria. That's why they are in court. So it is now left for INEC now to prove that Tinubu was fine to run for office. Then these are the figures. Now, where do you think they will find all the figures? They were expected to find the figures inside their beavers machine. You remember when they started reformatting the beavers machine before the governorship election, Abi? And they said they've saved it somewhere. Now they are saying that they've lost it. They only have the manual, the one they handwritten ones. Okay, the handwritten ones, the beavers one, anyone that is left, just bring them out. Now, they said, but you have to pay 1.5 million naira to get them. So from that same court, right, they are saying, okay, yeah, we'll pay you the 1.5 million naira. But you guarantee that you'll give us 100% of all of that document and physical inspection of the beavers machine. They say, yeah, we'll give you the documents, but we can't guarantee anything on the beavers machine because we have reconfigured it and those data are no longer available. So between last week and yesterday, the argument was about the documents that they want to use they have their own, but their own cannot be valid if they don't have the one INEC announced or the election results. So according to them, what they have now done is this. They started giving it to them in a piecemeal by piecemeal. For example, INEC Abuja telling the political parties in court in Abuja, telling them that some of the data they are looking for, they are in Akwa Ibom. They will need to go and take them from Akwa Ibom and bring them to Abuja themselves. Oh, another document is currently in Sokoto. We don't have logistics to bring them to Abuja. So if you want them, you need to go to Sokoto. And when you get to Sokoto, you can bring them. So they now sending them all over the place as part of the arrangement. So today, without talking about the latest on the document or not, the court ruled that the tribunal trial that will start now, will start on the 30th of May, a day after Kolu's inauguration. And they will make their rulings by the 5th of August. So which means, who knows how to calculate well? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Because 30th of May is just like a day or two to the end of May. So let's take June. 30 days in June. 31 days in July. That's 61 days plus 5 days. 66 days. 67 days. So they are saying that the entire trial will last for 67 days, starting from the 30th of May. And it's not going to end there, remember? It's still going to end up in the Supreme Court. Sure you get? But I'll let them tell you how it went in their court today. Then I can add mine. Because I really want to take you to Lagos. Yeah, there's so much to say, isn't there? No, Abuja. First, let's go to the Abuja and see all the normal, paparazzi, all that around inside the courtroom. Please. So those are the lawyers for Obi, Atiku. Okay, I think these are the ones for Atiku. Or Obi himself inside that same court. Check it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's inside the court, but let's hear their briefing, afterwards. Here.
7 weeks to be able to present your case. But yesterday, senior advocate our account made it 6 weeks. But now the court has narrowed it down to 3 weeks. That 3 weeks will be enough for you to present your case. And you also said that you also have to go through the papers. The 3 weeks to justice for you to present your case.
You see, the important thing is the court has a discretion to reduce the hearing, the period of hearing as presented in the Electoral Act. And that's what I've done, because if we are to be given our 7 weeks, it means that our petition will not expire. And that will not be in our own interest. So what we have to do is to do case management. Call witnesses that are very material, that will enable us establish that what INEC did is very, very unfortunate. And we believe that within the period allocated to us, we should be able to establish that. Notwithstanding that up to this moment, they are yet to give us all the documents we require. I continue to ask, why is INEC behaving in this way and manner? What are they hiding? What are they hiding? They are supposed to be neutral. But they are behaving as if INEC is a candidate in its own election. This should never be so. And that is, Nigeria is the only country where you find something like this. There's no other country. I challenge you to go and investigate and find out about electoral bodies in other African countries. Except the only country where you find something like this. There's no other country. I challenge you to go and investigate and find out about electoral bodies in other African countries. Except, of course, countries under military rule. That's where you may have a different situation. But in Kenya, in Malawi, South Africa, and quite a number of others, they remain neutral. But in Nigeria, you see them frustrating petitioners, preventing petitioners from having access to documents, which is so difficult to comprehend why this should be so. But they have no choice, because once we start trial, which is on May 13th, 30th May, we will serve them subpoena. And it comes with an order of court. And they will never decline bringing the documents. Otherwise, they will end themselves punishment, because that's an order of court.
There are 2 questions. The Labour Party managed to pay the required legal fee to obtain these documents. How do you react to that? And another question is, the Tribunal has adjourned till 10th, that is after the inauguration. Supporters of the Labour Party actually hope that the inauguration will have been halted. So what do you say to them not to dampen their hope until 10th?
You see, I'm confusing the people. We at no time did we say we cannot pay. We have letters. I forgot to bring it to you, gentlemen of the press, today. 5 letters we wrote them, indicating that we are ready to pay, to collect the documents. When I'm coming here some other time, I will bring the letters duly received and endorsed by INEC. Why are they telling lies to say that we couldn't pay? This is very, very, very unfortunate. What of the documents that we have collected? Didn't we pay for them? Of course we paid for them. And they gave us those ones, but refused to give us others. I give you River State, for example. Now, River State, I understand, has 23 local governments. Election took place on 25th of February. Now, a few days ago, when they gave us 15 results, they are yet to complete the results. Close to 3 months since after the election. You can find out. Why are they holding on to those results? Is it not for manipulation? Of course it's for manipulation. When they are done with manipulation, they will not release them. If they have nothing to hide, why not release all the results? Why not release them? Even 1 month after the election. Why is it so difficult for INEC to release results rather than playing one prank or the other? You know, until we get into rather than playing one prank or the other. You know, until we get into trial, we are going to expose them. We will certainly expose them. And I assure you this trial will be, the advocacy will be very robust. We will expose them. We will expose them. There's no hiding place. I assure you.
So lastly, what's the Labour Party supporters?
You see, we do not want to jump into a situation where we'll be chasing the shadow and our petition will expire. We don't want to do that. The important thing is, at the end of the day, if the court rules in favor of our petition, that somebody is right there on seat, it does not mean anything. You'll be taken away from the seat. It has happened in Malawi. It has happened in Kenya. These are smaller countries than Nigeria. So I don't see why it cannot happen in our country. Because we will always get our feet wrong. That's the problem. Go back to what has been done. We are looking forward to how to prove our petition, and we believe we are going to prove it. Because if at the end of the day, I said before, the court rules that somebody who is there under the law should not be there, of course, the court will remove him. What is important is the issue of courage. And that's it.
It's going to be a long walk to freedom. What is going to take is courage. That's what he just said. That they will prove it. And even though it has never happened in Nigeria, where a president sworn in got removed by court, it has never happened in Nigeria. But it is not impossible. Sure you get? I know a lot of you are like, yeah, you know if it happen. You know, go up, you go kill court and all of that. Again, the people who are determined to challenge that are here to prove you right or wrong. Sure you get? Like history are always meant to be made and to be broken. No be so? So they believe strongly, but they know that they are fighting the entire system. At least when the lawyer said that at the right time they are going to expose the INEC, I said, what do you want to expose again? The whole thing about INEC, Mahmudu is in the public. Is he not even the one who brought Nigeria to this state? Anyway, go ahead and legally expose them, and maybe we'll have something for the diary. So, the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, is that they want you to simmer down for the next 1 week. They want Kalu's inauguration to be in the past, and the following day, when all the visitors are gone, you can continue your drama. That is exactly what they have done just now. Anyway, giving their judiciary a benefit of the doubt that some of you are giving, I'm not giving them all. On your behalf, giving them the benefit of the doubt. Let's say they intend to do the right thing or not. Baba, they said that in all of these days, that from the 30th of May, they will be sitting every day except on Sundays, whether public holiday, whether on Saturday, every day until the case is over. And according to the what's that one's name? Chief Justice of Nigeria, the man that we saw in London the other time, he sent a message by advising, right? He was advising the other justices, telling them that they must kind of rekindle the people's, hope in the judiciary. Let me see if I still have that. And I don't. Anyway, so Ariwola, that's his name, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, the man that publicly said he was so happy that the governor of his own state is one of the G5, the same G5. He is from Oyo State. He was talking about Seyi Makinde. He publicly said that. He said he was so happy that the governor of his state is among the G5 who are going to align with APC, and it worked, according to him. Anyway, he was telling them that they must remember that the whole country is looking up to them. And in that midst, Asari Dokubo, Alhaji Asari, mobilized his own people from the creeks to that same Abuja because he heard that the obedience, the Abuja residents, they are intimidating the judiciary every day with protest. And that was when those we saw yesterday that I thought were like actors or like, acting or dramatizing. They were actually people from the creeks, led by Asari himself. Asari, where are those guys? Listen.
We are here today because we have watched the dramas, the irritations, and everything that has been going on. We, the people of Nigeria who gave our mandate freely to Ahmed Bola Tinubu, had come out. We will occupy this court environment until the end of the court. We want to sound a note of warning to those who think they have monopoly of violence. They beat up people in court and they are tolerated. We want to send a note of warning to them. If you attempt anyhow, we are not gentlemen at all.
This Abuja will go past high school. Freedom fighters. We are the people of Niger Delta. Tinubu now vote. We don't vote for Tinubu. Anything what they want to make them do. Tinubu be our president. We will stand for Tinubu. We don't give up. Tinubu don't give up.
You get Abuja has been receiving guests. Abuja residents. I probably would never, I would never want to be like you right now. When people will say, oh, Abuja babe, oh, Abuja boys. Something about Abuja be something that people flex about. Right now, I don't think I want to be like you. Because you see weary, Osinwi, terrorists, pickpockets, armed robbers, kidnappers, the rest of them, they are assembling the drug dealers, the drug smugglers, the drug addicts, as well as the homeless, those ones who are jobless, Almajiri imported. Abuja go receive, oh dear. You get to see a lot of them at your malls, on your streets, randomly at your children play parks and all that. You are welcome. Because according to them, when Dati made this statement. It didn't go down with them. It didn't go down well with them. Remember these statements? And it's just about how many days to now? 6 days to 6 days. Yeah? But Dati made this statement a few months back, just after the elections.
Violating the constitution, let them even go ahead, even if they swear in Tinubu Shetima on 29th of May. They are swearing in an unconstitutional government. Nothing will change it. I am not a careless, reckless speaker. I am working with the constitution there, that document, right, you just read. I'm following it. And I dare to tell you that swearing in Tinubu and Shetima is as good as swearing in the Nigerian army on 29th of May. If you swear in people that have not satisfied the requirement, you have, by so doing, ended democracy. The crisis I'm telling you now is that this, our democracy, is going to end by the way we are going. This democracy is going to end on the 29th of May, 2023. Please write it.
Those are extreme,
you know my
those
name.
Are extreme thoughts.
I am very, very happy to say it. You know my name. You introduced me.
Yeah.
Listen, don't stop me.
No. I will, because those are extreme thoughts. You know why? Because there are allowable language to be used on television, especially as it relates to our nation and the unity of this country.
Put your question and let me answer you. Put your question. I know what I'm saying.
If there is an official...
If you breach the constitution...
But is it not left to the court to decide otherwise?
This is already decided by the courts.
But the authority in charge of the election gave a declaration.
Sherwin, if you are afraid for some things, don't ask for them.
I am not afraid. I will, as a citizen of the country, by the ethics and the guidelines of my profession, live by it.
Yes.
What is lawful? And I hope that you're a lawful citizen of the country.
Very, very
and so whatever the stipulation of the law guides, that if you are aggrieved about something, you go to the court to seek redress, isn't it?
This document is a product of the legal system. It has been signed into law by the President, Commander-in-Chief, Federal Republic of Nigeria. I believe in this document. That is why I'm so lawful. That is why I'm so confident. And that is why however extreme it is, Seun, I am saying it on national TV. I don't like to take risks. I'm not taking...
You hear, I just thought I should refresh your mind on that, in case if you don't understand where this paranoia is coming from. Nigeria is about to get a new president. They say they want to swear for another president, and yet, the country is so divided that it's so obvious. The government of the country is begging the citizens not to abuse their visitors who are coming for the inauguration. America sent junior secretary, junior minister in America. Agriculture, not even agriculture secretary, under secretary, that is like a deputy secretary, like deputy minister of agriculture in America, to lead Nigerian workers and Zimbabwean staff of American embassy in Nigeria to go and attend what is supposed to be, a successful civilian to civilian transition again, and should have united the country, or rather, everything is like, hey, God, what is going to happen now? Hey, what is it going to be? Some people are not even able to display. Usually, you would have seen inauguration Ankara, inauguration cap everywhere. I know they have them all. But you can't get to a stage that those who are hawking them, they have to start hawking them like privately, not publicly, because people will begin to kind of, honestly speaking, DSS and the police, they said they have been told to start arresting people based on whatever they say about Tinubu from today. I don't know if you know that. Do you know that? All because of this inauguration. Oh. If you post anything on social media now about Tinubu, about the inauguration, they may knock at your door. Yes, if you are in Nigeria. Are you not following? Though, if you write anything about any world leaders, that you will see their video or something on that day, they can come for you. It don't start. So when that guy said democracy will be dead on the May 29, Rhetorical, no. Ironically, okay, or maybe you know what he's saying, you know. But we'll get there. When they ask Asari Dokubo, I'm coming to Asario. Before the election, you know, one of the things that actually changed everything, disrupted everything. Oni, where is that Oni? Oni called him tsunami. You know what changed everything is that nobody, not even you watching me right now, would ever in your wildest imagination believe that PDP or APC, they will lose in Abuja. They will lose in Lagos. They will lose in Kano. At least, da Abuja. Not many of you watching me here will believe that PDP and APC, they will lose. Or, even if they are not going to lose, even if they are not going to win, that they will never even get up to 15%. 15% each. PDP no get 15. APC no get 15. In Abuja. Nobody saw that coming. You know Kaderia. What's her name again? Kaderia Ahmed. I think her name is Kaderia Ahmed. She boldly went on TV giving political analysis about this whole election of she was trying to make obedience know that even if you win 25% in 24 states because of your 1 million man match, you can't win Abuja. You can barely get 25% in Abuja self. Do you always remember that? Now, that Abuja 25% that used to be the top of conversation to demoralize you, the obedient. When they got trashed there, the story changed you. But this was before the election. Kaderia, what do you think about Abuja and 25%? Please.
Yes. First, you have the highest number of votes. Again, not the majority, because sometimes people confuse that. Majority means over 50%. Highest means even if you win by one vote. It doesn't have to be 50%. Yes, it can be one vote ahead. So the highest number of votes, that's the first condition. The second condition is that you must win 25% votes across 2/3 of Nigeria's 36 states, which is 24 states, plus it is an and FCT.
You must win FCT.
You must win at least 25% in FCT.
Okay.
So even if you win those 24 states, you have 25%, but you don't get 25% in FCT, there's a problem.
Wow. But that has just been an added one. That has just been included.
That is your constitution.
That
is your constitution. And I'll give you the section of the constitution so you can go and check. That's your constitution.
That's the constitution.
Yeah, that's your constitution.
Well, Emmanuel, yes. I mean, it is 87 million, right?
Yes.
That's the number
so
of
just for people who are watching, section, for those checking who want to go and look at it, section 134 of the 1999 constitution, which talks about second round and third round and all of that. So we could take 134. We could technically go to a third round, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yes. So if your first round doesn't produce a winner,
so first round, you are the winner. You have the most votes, and you've gotten more than 50% in.
No, first round you win outright if you get the most votes and you have your spread.
Okay, and then this.
If nobody gets it and you still have popular votes, you don't win it.
Does that apply to the second person that comes into follows you?
So the second person is decided based on whether they win majority votes in majority states, and that's over 50%.
Majority votes in majority states.
Yes,
okay.
Right. So those two go to a second round. The conditions are exactly the same required of the second round. You must win majority votes and also have the spread.
But this time it's just two parties.
Yes, just two parties. If at the end of that you still don't have a winner, then you go into a third round where a simple majority will determine the president. So the requirement for spread is removed when you get to the third round.
Looking at the strength of the, let's say, the top three candidates.
Do you get that? Now, this is why the conversation around this whole thing, if he enter third round, second round, rerun. But Mumudu, Yakubu, Mr. Froster, decided to just shank everybody, and he just declared their call winner at 4 a.m. without meeting that constitutional requirement. So what they are doing right now is what Yoruba called Igboju. At least they've declared him. None, yeah. Let us move on. Let's move on, Jare. Don't let us waste time. If instead of going to Iran, instead of all this wahala, let's move on. Don't let us waste money. Move on. Shall you get Igboju? Yeah, they did it wrong. They didn't do it well. But INEC is to be blamed, not me. You can't blame me. INEC declare me. Shall you get? INEC didn't say they can't declare winner. They declared me. So INEC you should blame. But in order not to waste any time, let's just move on. What do you want? I'll give you. What do you want? Let's move on. Let's, for the sake of Nigeria, lie. So that's exactly the stage you are right now. Like, we have done it. Yes, we've done it. But let's move on. It's the will of God. Maybe it's the will of God. Maybe God wants to use a drug dealer and a Boko Haram sympathizer, a religious fanatic to change Nigeria, maybe, and unite Nigeria. So you get, that's why you are being bamboozled with all of this right now. So you can take a break. I mean, like, there won't be much from the courts. At least not until Friday. The one they are waiting for right now is the one that the Supreme Court adjourned from yesterday to Friday. Friday, the 26th of May. And you know what they want to decide on that, yeah? It's simply about perjury, that Tinubu lied. He forged his certificates that is submitted to INEC. A perjury, which is sworn an oath to. Swearing an oath to a fake document is perjury. And at the same time, that should lead to disqualification. Also, they are complaining, they want them disqualified for breaking the Electoral Act. The same Electoral Act that Yakubu broke himself. Yakubu broke all the Electoral Act himself. However, that's why they are in court. They want to prove that Yakubu broke all the laws. So therefore, his action is non and void. Tinubu is not president. Another person is. Whatever. Anyway, give me a break again.
Yes. First, you have the highest number of votes. Again, not the majority, because sometimes people confuse that. Majority means over 50%. Highest means even if you win by one vote. It doesn't necessarily have to be 50%. Yes, it can be one vote ahead. So the highest number of votes, that's the first condition. The second condition is that you must win 25% votes across 2/3 of Nigeria's 36 states, which is 24 states, plus FCT. It is an and FCT.
You must win FCT.
You must win at least 25% in FCT. Okay. So even if you win those 24 states, you have 25%, but you don't get 25% in FCT, there's a problem.
Wow. But that has just been an added one. That has just been included.
That is your constitution.
That is the constitution.
That is your constitution. And I'll give you the section of the constitution so you can go and check. That's your constitution.
That's the constitution.
Yeah, that's your constitution.
Well, Emmanuel, yes. I mean, it is 87 million, right?
Yes.
That's the number.
So just for people who are watching,
sorry, there is sorry, guys. Something I needed to quickly attend to. That happens. Anyway, so they want to prove that Kolu broke law, okay, by using fake documents as submitted to INEC. So they want him disqualified. No, not just that. They want, they are talking about double nomination too. Yeah, double nomination, breaking law. Double nomination, breaking the Electoral Act law. Double nomination where Shitima was a senatorial candidate with INEC. And he is also vice presidential candidate with the same INEC. And this lasted for like about 4 or 5 days before they changed it. Now that space and gap is what they called a closing gap that is enough to disqualify Kolu. Now these two prayers are also part of Atiku's tribunal case. But somehow, this Supreme Court's one it's like a banana peel. Do you want me to explain what that means, right? In my own, I'm not a lawyer yet, so sure you get. But I hope I'll try and be a lawyer soon anyway. So, yeah. So what that simply mean, in my own opinion, in my own legal, or should I say not so legal mind, is this. if the Supreme Court should say that decision of whether Tinubu forged certificate or not is pre-election. There are precedents. Precedents mean that they have had cases where people have been accused of a wrong nomination, blah, 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 blah. And then they got disqualified. Okay? Or the court said, well, election has taken place, so that's between the parties and INEC. They are pre-election matters. So they are no longer like relevant in few instances, okay? So if the Supreme Court comes back, hang on, before this Supreme Court case, they have been at the Federal High Court, Appeal Court or something already, that Tinubu should be disqualified. The court throw out the cases of perjury and this case of double nomination. So that's what they have taken to the Supreme Court now. So at the Supreme Court, they're asking the Supreme Court to overrule those courts and disqualify Kolu. So if the Supreme Court says it's pre-election matter, therefore it's irrelevant and is kind of failed to disqualify Kolu, that means all of the ones they put in their tribunal case, they will become worthless. I mean, I don't know. That's why I said in my own kind of layman understanding, the effect, like I said, a banana peel. Because if you put it in the tribunal case that Kolu forged his Chicago University certificate, he forged this, he forged that, he forged his birth certificate, and all of those things that are part of the petition. If the Supreme Court now rules that they are irrelevant, you know that his own lawyers, they are just going to present the recent case and say, once they get to that part of the arguments, they will just say, Atiku versus Tinubu, a Supreme Court ruling has already decided on that. It's irrelevant. Strike it out. Same thing with Obi. They will say, Atiku versus Tinubu on this issue of perjury or double nomination, Supreme Court has already ruled on it. So a banana peel. But on the other hand, if the Supreme Court says, truly, with the evidence and all that, it should never have been allowed to run at all. It should be disqualified. Now, there is no other court after Supreme Court. That means Tinubu will not be inaugurated. So what are the odds? I mean, that's the question. What are the odds that the Supreme Court is going to rule, is going to overrule the Appeal Court or Federal High Court, and they are going to say Tinubu is not qualified. In fact, it should be disqualified. And once Supreme Court says that, there is no appeal. There's nowhere to go to anymore. There's nothing like I'm going to go and appeal the judge, nothing anymore. That means all the election thing, Nigeria will be thrown into a constitutional confusion. Abi? So what are the odds that the Supreme Court will do that? 1 to 10? What are the odds between 1 to 10? 2, 3, 4, 1? I will leave you with that. So do you understand the banana peel there now? Whatever happens, if the Supreme Court rules on Friday, and gives a judgment on that, if it goes either way, it will affect whatever happens in that tribunal, in my own understanding. Somebody said, let's pray. Do you know why I ask you about the odds? And I am not telling you straight away that it's impossible. I left you. I gave you this scenario. Now I left you to be the judge. Like, what are the odds? Okay? But there are already rumors that they are trying to declare a public holiday this Friday in order to say, okay, Friday, Jumat prayer. They already set the inauguration plan. So Friday, Jumat prayers for presidential inauguration. Saturday, dinner being in Abuja. On Sunday, banquet, Thanksgiving service, and all of that on Sunday. On Monday, inauguration. 29th of May. So they may declare a public holiday or they may not. So once the rumor says that they may declare it in order to allow the Supreme Court to adjourn again, shall you get, until further notice. Or the Supreme Court will come and drop the bombshell, the banana peel, the banana way Atiku shop, drop the peel, maybe the sliding tackle that is going to eventually help Tinubu out of this whole thing. I am not a lawyer. I'm just saying. Make or mar. It's now obvious that this whole thing is the system. You know, whatever is going on in Nigeria right now, it is the system versus the people. And the system also have their own people too. They do. I mean, Buhari, a failed, lifeless mannequin, you know. And Tinubu, the Jaga Pupu. Jaga Wiwi, Jaga Pupu. Somebody loves to call him that here. Lady Abby, I got Jaga Pupu, Jaga Wiwi, Jaga Bandits, Jaga Addicts. Ashiwaju Awole. They don't like me say that some of the times. When they ask this guy, Alhaji Asari, why? He kind of believed that after Buhari, Tinubu is going to then blah, 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 blah. And he was like, when I was sick, na Tinubu pay for my hospital bill. My first car, na Tinubu buy them for me. My children's school fees, it was Tinubu was paying them. I was like, oh, wow, clap for yourself. And people are many like that. And I bet that's more reason why a lot are actually waiting for their turn. It's a flashback or it's not recent.
We became close in 1992. In 1992, yes. And we have been close throughout the period, Nadeko period, down to when he became governor to Pronako. I've been close to Achiwaju. And when I was in detention, this man did everything for me. He paid my children's school fees. He gave house to my wife. When I came out of detention, he sponsored my medical bill abroad. My medical trip. He sponsored my medical trip abroad. He bought my first car to Iraq when I came out of prison for me. And then later on, he sent myself and about 6 people to Hajj. So this is a man that I've been close to. And because of good luck, we parted ways on the 23rd of December 2010. We're not that close, he was not my enemy. So when he came out to contest election, it is my duty to pay him back. This is the only time I can pay back a friend who was with me in my hours of travail.
See? And there are few people like that will tell you the same in their circle. But at least, now hospital bill, then pay when he was in detention, house rent or a whole house, school fees of his children. A Southerner. Won't you wish to be a Dangote? Like, won't you kind of wish to be so lucky to be a Dangote? So that everybody can tell you how hardworking you are, how much you can save the black race and the rest of that. A quota system billionaire. Wouldn't you like to be one? Like, if I tell you the process. Okay. Even if the number of the poor people in Nigeria skyrocketed under these criminals in 8 years, numbers don't lie. I know a lot of you are on-boot slaves. sophisticated morons, ass lickers, crumb eaters, crumb chasers, all risers. I know a lot of you who are comfortable in your slavery. And then you look around and say, why don't you see anything good in this government? And all of us say, oh, theater. Numbers don't lie. Do you want me to explain that to you again? Numbers don't lie. Nigeria, under these rogues, has become like the poverty capital of the world. And you are the good example of that. All of us. You can live in denial, which is what is so convenient. Live in denial. Tell yourselves, they have built bridges, they have built canal, built road, they are now building refinery. But numbers don't lie. They destroyed you. They destroyed you, destroyed Nigeria, ruined you, ruined your psyche, and they limited you to what you have limited yourself to right now. Because without your consent, I don't think it's going to be so convenient for them to do that to you. Those you call rebels today, those who reject being kind of a coward and limited by these rogues who have no single plan for you, none for you. But fine. It is the establishment versus the people. And the establishment have their own people too. In 2015, Nigeria was generating between 5,000 and 6,500 megawatts of electricity for 200 million people. And they said they had a prospect for generating another 10, all lies, yeah? I don't want to go into those figures. But 8 years down the line, not even a single megawatt of electricity is added to that your 3,500 that is being distributed years back. Not a single one is added because there's no single power plant that is built or refurbished, upgraded to improve them. None. Oh. Tinubu and gang. They were waiting in the corner for their turn when Buhari, he said it, or he just said it recently in Lagos, he said he intentionally shut the borders because of the people like Dangote. And Nigerians are so grateful to him for it. But that is so dishonest. Buhari destroyed Nigeria economy, shut the southern border of Nigeria, and opened the northern border. Not for smugglers, not for trade, but for terrorists. They ended up invading the entire country today, making it the terrorist capital of Africa today. And at the same time, in 8 years, Buhari and his gang, they managed and supervised the killing and slaughtering of over 63,000 Nigerians by these terrorists. They didn't bring trade. They shut the southern border for 7 years and they gave the spear key to Dangote. Nigeria couldn't build a refinery. Yeah? No money to do it. $4 billion expended, $4.2 billion expended in refurbishing your refineries in Nigeria. Oh dear. Oh my God. And yet he couldn't even produce one single barrel of oil. And we didn't know. We are the Dangote of this world, who has been so lucky, the luckiest man. Don't call him the richest man in Africa. Say the luckiest man alive. He is the luckiest. He is in a country where criminals decide to deny their people what is rightly theirs and convert them into what you now have as a crony capitalism. Not for you, not for me, just for them. I will explain. While Nigeria was being drained by the rogues in NNPC, writing figures like it's like a blank check they gave to themselves on subsidy, 11 trillion naira paid on subsidy, ladies and gentlemen. In 8 years of this Buhari's government, no single refinery is fixed. None. But we didn't know that apart from them spending 11 trillion naira on subsidy, printing 22.7 trillion naira by Central Bank of Nigeria, they also stood shorty of 9 billion US dollars. They gave Dangote a loan of 9 billion US dollars. So wouldn't you like to be a Dangote? A system whereby the country just is right there at your beck and call, as long as the politicians running it can get their cut. And what about you? Oh my God. Anyway, they were in Lagos, all of them, shamelessly giving speeches, praising themselves, how Buhari encouraged business, conducive environment for businesses in Nigeria, for a person like Dangote to be able to build the biggest refinery in the world. Ah, my man. Nigeria gave him $9 billion and left all their own refineries redundant. Then, 2 months before the refinery can begin to work, they decided to throw a party and celebrate the man who facilitated the billion for one single man. Wouldn't you like to be a Dangote? A Yoruba Dangote? Maybe Tinubu can create your own Dangote, but it's a lie. It is a racket. When you talk about establishment, this is what it means. It's not just the politicians. I'm coming, I'll go hear all the beautiful speeches, all the nice words. Let's start with Seun is the one on top of the world, like Mr. President, look at what we have done. Look at 9 billion. And do you know what Emefiole just said? Emefiole said, the refinery that they borrowed Dangote $9 billion, Nigeria gave him $9 billion to build. The refinery cost $18.2 billion, according to them. So, Central Bank of Nigeria gave him $9 billion out of that money. And the refinery is yet to produce a single oil, a single kombu, or anything at all. But according to Emefiole, Dangote don't pay back 70% of the money. Hey, they don't write them off. Just to throw a party, say, can you allow Buhari to take the glory? Because another person will come in now, and that one will be taking the glory. And we can write off your debt. $9 billion. $9 billion. For business, we never start. Business, we never finish. Small construction, we remain. You don't pay 70% back. Abba. Mayegun, let me tell you something. Do you know Dangote investment? Do you know Dangote's investment in sugar? What if Dangote's investment report? Alaye, accountant Dangote. They don't write them off. Person that has been so blessed in Nigeria is the only person that decide how much he go pay for exchange rate in Nigeria. No joke, this is not funny. If you are buying a forex from the central bank, if you ever get to central bank to buy one, when you are paying about 500 naira to $1 for forex, for $1 in Nigeria, then Dangote go tell central bank how much he won't pay. Tell us, no, it's not going to, no, that's not going to work. I'll pay 100 naira to $1. Say, okay, Alaji, make it 110. Make it 110 because we need to figure out. No, 100 naira. Okay, Alaji, no problem, sir. No problem. Emefiole, want to finish? No joke. Nigeria couldn't build a refinery, but they don't write off 70%. It's like writing off about $6 billion. $6 billion for a country that is currently in debt to the tune of 77 trillion. Mash is all latest for you. I go tell you latest too. Apart from this noise, they are telling you about Dangote. 11 trillion subsidy in 8 years. They don't talk say, despite the fact that they have privatized NNPC, and NNPC said they have invested 20% shares in Dangote Refinery, 20% also. Now, that same NNPC is now saying that Dangote Refinery is coming. Doesn't mean that subsidy is going to stop. Let's go to this guy who is now telling us how Dangote came to Lagos 45 years ago. When he no get anything. But when he got to Lagos, he just became a billionaire. I'm talking about Adegator. Adegator. Governor Pointer and Kili. Sanwo-Iku is the host governor. I mean, he enjoyed himself. Arise News owns this video, so the credit is theirs. We are in Lagos now at the Dangote refineries. Let's listen to them. Details by the moonlight, they call it.
Mr. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellencies, President of Ghana, Togo, Senegal, Niger, and Chad, Your Excellency, Mr. Vice President-elect, who is representing my leader, the President-elect, Your Excellencies, Senate President, and other leaders that are here, my brother governors, the man of the moment, my good Egbon, a Lagosian, a Nigerian of no mean feat, Alhaji Aliko Dangote. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. President, today is May 22nd, 2023. Mr. President, exactly 7 days from today, you will graciously, by the grace of Almighty Allah, be bowing down as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Mr. President, if we don't know, you have spent 2,915 days out of 2,922 days that you have. Mr. President, you have spent 99.98% of your time. Mr. President, history will certainly judge you well. We in Lagos are happy. This is your third trip to the free trade zone in less than a year. But today is not only about you. It's about 3 short stories that I'll just quickly talk on. The first story is about a young Nigerian 45 years ago, and you see the coincidence in the story. 45 years ago, who came to Lagos all the way from another mega city in our country, Kano, who saw the prosperity, the diversity of our country, who came with nothing, but in 45 years has built the biggest empire in the world for Africa. A man that we have handed over the key of Lagos to as a real indigene, because with all of the resources and belief that he has in our state, we cannot but truly say that you are one of us and you are indeed a detribalized Nigerian, a Nigerian that we're truly proud of. Mr. President, the second story is about another young Nigerian in 1978, because he came to Lagos in 1978. This young Nigerian too, in 1978, as a military brigadier general, was saddled with the responsibility as the Commissioner for Petroleum Resources. He completed and handed over the Warri Refinery. Today, he sits as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, handing over the biggest single-line refinery in the history that we know of mankind today. It's no sheer coincidence that these histories are coming together. The third story is also about a man that I said will be taken over from you by the grace of God in 7 days' time, who also with sheer coincidence in 2006 as the 12th governor of Lagos envisioned that this whole area should be named and set aside as a free zone. And 17 years after, we have seen what the Lekki Free Trade Zone has turned into.
Blah, 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 blah. That's Adegator. Sanwo-Iku. Anyway, There are other speakers, though. And Kolu, in fact, Kolu was in the crowd. I'll show you. He's there, you know, talking, and they just stay like, so sit down there. Oh, can you see that? Oh, no, you didn't see that. No, I heard that. That's not him. No, they said that's not him. Okay. Let's go back there again. There are other faces, so like, you know, the Wakapas who didn't say much, then Dangote himself, then Buhari and others. We'll pick them like this. First, I think Oni, who saw Obi, who called him Mr. Tsunami himself. Let's start with that.
Please let's settle down now. His Excellency the President of Nigeria will soon be here. Let's settle down.
It was like creme de la creme. This was Obi when he was getting there. Yeah. And I was saying, Nigerians, they are like, Dangote is trying to be very smart, just in case. And that's why he extended the invitation to Obi as well, in case if the courts change for everybody, at least Obi won't say it was casted out or something. Anyway, that's what the social media, internet can always interpret. And somehow, they can be very right too. Let's go back to the venue. Because Buhari was giving his own speech. I'm not going to take it through the boring talk. Okay? Let's take them in parts. First, I think, hang on. This.
On that occasion, the group chairman, Atiku and Obi, hinted to me that the refinery will also be ready for commissioning before the end of my tenure in office, and will extend the invitation for me to return to Lekki for this purpose. Thank you very much. Let me therefore congratulate the chairman, the board, and management of the Dangote Group for achieving this remarkable feat. Excuse me. Thank you sincerely for the invitation. I am informed that this complex has the capacity to process 650,000 barrels a day of crude, which will enable our country to achieve self-sufficiency in refined products and even have some surplus for export. This clearly makes this event a notable milestone for our economy and a game changer for the downstream petroleum products market, not only in Nigeria, but the entire African continent. I am aware that this is not the first time the Dangote Group under Atiku Dangote's leadership is putting Nigeria on the global map through his book.
It's going to be, a big thing for Nigeria that finally Nigeria will have a private refinery because Buhari made it possible. What an achievement. But let's listen to what Dangote himself had to say. Yeah, in the watch, you are likely going to get the investors and where the money comes from. At least we know where the money comes from, but let's hear it from his mouth himself.
Distinguished guests, the journey to this event was long and arduous. It could not have been possible without the support and collaboration of many parties and individuals. So permit me, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, to recognize and appreciate just a few. Let me start with Your Excellency, Mr. President, Your sustained support and encouragement over the past 8 years have been, and for me personally, a source of great motivation and strength. From the tenure of the President-elect, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who established this Lekki Free Trade Zone, to the incumbent Governor, His Excellency Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who has been most proactive in ensuring the successful execution of this project, the state government has indeed demonstrated great commitment to promoting an investment-friendly climate, which made it possible for our group to invest over $30 billion in various industries in the economy over that period. We must really thank the Asiwaju of Nigeria for his incredible vision and foresight. The Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources and its various agencies, especially the NNPC, our partner, has helped to steer this project to this successful event. Under the leadership of Mele Kyari, the NNPC has extended their full support and backing to ensure that no obstacles stand in the way of our progress. Governor Emefiele's belief in and commitment to this project has been awesome. Without Governor Emefiele's courageous support and backing, this project would not have stood a chance of successful completion. Governor Emefiele moved mountains to ensure the success of this project. Indeed, apart from the top management of the refinery itself, no one in this gathering has visited this site more than Governor Emefiele. So we're indeed very, very grateful. All the banks they have helped, but these two banks are at the head, Access Bank and Zenith Bank. So thank you very much. Herbert Wigwe, thank you very much, my big brother Jim Ovia. Our security agencies have actually been most proactive in helping to ensure that this project progress under the strict vigilance and concern of our national security network. In particular, the Chief of Naval Staff, who has kept the project continuously under his personal attention and watch. And I must also thank the CDS, the Chief of Defense Staff, for listening to us, for always assisting us when we need additional help. So thank you so much. However, I cannot close this address without appreciating the board, management, and the staff of the entire Dangote group, whose commitment, perseverance, and hard work made today's event possible. Let me also thank our host, the communities, and their traditional rulers for their sustained patience, forbearance, and admirable willingness to work with us to make sure that we find amicable and win-win resolution to many issues we have had to deal with during the construction of this huge facility. Finally, we must not for granting us the opportunity to witness this ceremony in our lifetime. It is the major challenge of our lives, and we've been able to deliver it. So we thank the Almighty Allah. I want to also welcome the...
You get the picture? Do you get it? If you don't get it, forget about it. Where's that guy? So you get it?
What are we do today? Today, I will live out my voice in space. Oh, yeah, what I know. You are always there for me. Yeah. Oh, my God.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
You get that? They pay themselves. And they are announcing themselves publicly, including the banks, including Emefiele that facilitated the money, and all they have done, and all the paperwork they clean out, and everything they are going to do. Nigeria is in a 77 trillion naira debt right now. Nigeria revenue, revenue to debt, yeah, we they call them revenue to debt is 98%. Imagine using 98% of your money to service debt. That's the situation you are now. You have hyperinflation. So now cash out period. What shall we do today? Today, oh. We will raise our hands in praise. That's what they are doing in Lagos. I'll not be bad belly. See, I'm not a bad belly. I am actually the good belly who is trying to expose criminals with bad belly. The intention is not good. You will pay for it. Not that you have anything you can do per se, except when, for example, when Yoruba nation comes and all these rogues are gone and done for, Dangote Refinery will be nationalized in Yoruba land, for example, by the time Nigeria break up. So Dangote himself would either be made to actually, you know, either sell or sell part of the whole thing to an indigenous, you know, citizen of that country, so to say. Something that says, well, this is what the Yorubas, the land is getting from it. For now, it's not coming to you. It's not going to anybody. It's going to them. Somebody said they came to come and build the refinery in Yoruba land. If you see how these northerners have been lamenting, they are not happy. I know like you. Sure, you get. They are not happy. They believe that Dangote is a foolish man. How could you go and put such investments outside northern Nigeria? What will happen when Nigeria breaks? Nigeria will never break. Why would Nigeria break when these guys have the feeding bottles in their mouth? But Nigeria is going to break due to their own criminal activities, by the way. And when that time comes, those who are making all these deals, they won't even be there to reap anything. You know, no matter how long it takes. That's my belief. Because this is not for you. This is not to serve you. It's for them. But here is the good news. That's why I say I don't be bad belly. There are other good side to it. Sure you get. The good side is that at least all of you in Lagos, for the first time, if they fight for you, you will have uninterrupted power supply, 24/7 electricity. I mean, for the first time, that could be possible. But Nigeria factor, the one that they always say, where they put the electricity on, you know, because you see that refinery, that Dangote refinery there, when it starts working, refining 650,000 barrels of crude oil every day, and that would be about 30 to 35 million barrels. Oh, sorry, liters, like 30 to 35 million liters of petrol every day, more than what you will need in Nigeria. So you see that plant alone will be generating more than at least 720 megawatt of electricity. That the whole plant. And you know, the entire Lagos, with all the houses, with all the industry, if you have a steady 700 megawatt of electricity, you can have 24 hours electricity in Lagos. And you see all those adjoining states, if they are smart, they will begin to build, you know, modern houses, malls, and all that, because of those who are going to have to like use all those adjoining states as their residence and work or do their business around the place. Apart from that, the rest is that you will fund it. Yeah, you will fund it, which means that you now have a refinery that is refining your own crude oil. That will not guarantee you having the cheap oil or cheap gas or anything at all, since it never guaranteed you having a cheap cement, not even in Africa. Sure you get. So this won't as well. But the good side is this. Like I said, they said their refinery is going to generate 130,000 jobs. 130,000. Under Buhari, do you know how many people who lost their jobs? You want the figure? Like I said, you know, figures don't lie. But Buhari tried. At least Buhari tried. We don't share. He tried. From 13 million unemployed people in 2015 to over 80 million today who are currently unemployed. Do you know the number? Do you know what I mean? Like 70 million people became jobless in 8 years under Buhari. It's obvious. Businesses are not, there are no new businesses that developed in Nigeria compared to the businesses lost. 8,000 businesses left Nigeria. 8,000. And that affected the revenue of Nigeria to the point that Nigeria is not generating anything anymore. Like tax and all that. They are increasing your taxes, but yet it's still not enough because a lot of people are losing their jobs. Businesses are closing up. Who will pay the tax? No person where they work, go pay tax. The numbers don't lie. So when you have over 70 million who lost their jobs in 8 years, so if they now tell you that Nigeria is now the poverty capital of the world, is the number not adding up there? When you lose your job, you lose so many things that would have made life meaningful, leading life like normally, begging to survive. What happened to those around you? The number escalated. Now Nigeria now has what is called multi-dimensional poverty. Baba, multi-dimensional means all manner of poverty. They can't even like start writing them down. The level of poverty that is facing Nigerians under these criminals. So you can open your mouth and say, hey, but you try. Just give the numbers. Don't come with your slave mentality in order to feel good and say, well, at least they try. 63,111 Nigerians were killed by terrorists in Nigeria in 80 years. And that's the official figure released by their media. Can you even imagine what the unofficial figure will be? So think about that. Over 300,000 Nigerians were kidnapped in 8 years. 300,000. What is the population of Malta? 500,000. Imagine in Nigeria where they kidnapped half of a Malta's population. And you are telling yourself that they did this. Nigeria national grid collapsed 99 times. Do you even kind of think? Your naira lost its value. Nigeria naira lost over 400% value in 8 years. Do you even know what that means? The inflation. If that's how I don't speak in tongue, Gabi, but Digo tells you. No wonder Buhari was praising himself at that Dangote refinery too. I'll go there back again. We'll go back.
And I'm delighted some of their excellencies are here. I often sense a quiet expectation that our country is blessed with resources and human capacity to lead Africa's rise to economic prosperity and the attainment of Agenda 2063, the Africa we all want. But to achieve the goals of Agenda 2063, Africa must come together. We must integrate our economies, eliminate barriers to trade, and energize our youthful population to scale up our productive capacity. We must create necessary conditions for our private sector to grow and partner with the public sector to accelerate economic growth across the continent. We must not allow outside powers to use some of our leaders to destabilize our economic and political trajectory. The footprints of the Dangote Group and other Nigerian entrepreneurs are popping up in an increasing number of sister African countries. The presence at this event of my brothers from Ghana, Togo, and Niger and Senegal is evidence of the progress in this regard. Let me add my warm welcome and appreciation to my brothers, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo of Ghana, His Excellency Faure Gnassingbé of Togo, His Excellency Mohamed Bazoum of Niger, and His Excellency Maxel of Senegal, and the representative of Chadian President. I am confident that my successor, His Excellency Asuwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will sustain the improvement in our economic and business environment and strengthen the framework of our public partnership policies to accelerate the pace of our economic growth and development. I am happy to leave our economy in very competent hands. In closing this address, let me once congratulate the Chairman, Board of Directors, and Management of Dangote Group for his notable contribution to the industrialization of our economy and that of our continent. Let me also thank Al-Hajj Aleko and his team for the opportunity to commission this extraordinary project costing, I am told, 18.5 billion United States dollars. I thank you all, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I am delighted some of their...
That's Buhari. So why won't he praise himself? You know what I was telling people on TikTok, yeah? A quick one, no. Yeah? So it's like somebody says something, and another person was like, shut the F up. And I was like, you better leave them. The whole thing was like this. It's like, as Yoruba we say, Ojono Ribiano. 8 years ago. That seems like endless hell is never going to end. Majority of those who have now kind of changed, repented, and those ones who have gone down the rabbit hole are unable to come out of it anymore. 8 years ago, they were thumping their chests like this. See shame. Buhari don't enter. Nigeria go better now. I can't wait. I can't wait for Buhari swearing in. I can't wait for Buhari to begin to change Nigeria. Hey, you nobody, you know. They did that to me. And I was just here like, Babadari Jiwon. For they know not what they are doing. Say, Father, forgive them. For they know not what they have brought upon themselves. Even me, I didn't see it this worse. You know, a situation whereby you feel like, okay, hang on. What if these guys were right? And we are wrong? Sure, you get like, what if everybody that is saying change? What if they were right? I don't know if you have ever thought of that. And then you'll be like, no, they can never be right. Look at them now. Tifnumbu, Atifku, Sarakonda. Who else is there? Pastor Ruga, Buhari. Who are they? Name them. Okoro Ausa, as you will call him. Who else is like? No. This one, they can never. These are strange bedfellows, power mongers. It's just about power. But you know, like you feel like, okay, what if they start doing better? Then you tell yourself, like, this is me. I'll just be like, okay, well, if they start doing better, then that's good. Everybody will be fine. If the country is better, then we can talk about things that actually like really matter. Not the poverty today, corruption tomorrow, insecurity next, and all of that. Maybe we can begin to even discuss what really matters on my side. But something that, you can't actually run it. Give them time. So those who are saying, look at your face, Buhari will do Odumejo. I say, if you like, make it do Odumejo la. But they go tell you. You know, tell first 6 months, wahala started everywhere. Wahala. People who said, they started saying, Buhari no put us to shame. Buhari should not put us to shame. This change, that I suffer for this change. What is going on now? How come that we cannot get job? How come we cannot in the story? The rest they say is history. The figures today is that Mayegun was right. So if you look at me today and say, shut up your mouth, Asiwaju is going to be our baba, your papa, your mama, 8 years ago, they were so confident. Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea. They were so confident. In fact, it was that confidence when Jonathan said, I considered. It was never done before. It never happened before. So to them, change has come to Nigeria. Jesus, thank you so much, Father Lord. Father Lord, thank you so much. People were crying. Guy, people were crying that Buhari won and Jonathan considered. People were kneeling down on the streets saying, God, I can't believe this happened. Baba, today, some of them are now saying, they say, hello, my brother, how is, what can you say about Buhari's government today, APC government and all of that in Nigeria today? Say, they ask me that question. Can I ask you a favor? Say, what's the favor? Say, I only have one request. And that request is this. May them leave me and Buhari inside the room. Just for 1 hour. Just 1 hour. I just want to talk to Ram one-on-one. After that, anything where you want, make them do for me. Say, Baba, we're asking you about Nigeria and the government and the economy. And then if you don't have answer for me on that request, I beg, no ask me any question. That's how frustrated so many people have become. They will say, leave Buhari inside the room for them, one-on-one with Buhari. Make them tell them how they feel about Nigeria. That's how people jumping up and down, no. Mayegun shame. Mayegun look at you. Hey, in the name of Jesus Allah. In the name of Allah, Well, Buhari will change Nigeria. They actually changed Nigeria. They made you poorer. Corruption became legalized. Now, drug dealing, drug smuggling will become legalized too. Don't kind of act surprised when that happens. No, don't. So you're not doing me, oh. You are not doing me. Nigeria is like a Netflix. Or should I say Nigeria should be on the Netflix series. A lifetime. It will never end. Keep making those choices. I will keep being the conscience that reminds you of the consequences of those choices. But for me to tell you what to do, don't worry. They will take care of that. I'm glad that the news just broke that Seun Kuti has been released. But kudos to these guys who decided to take it upon themselves today to raise an alarm that this is no longer prosecution. No. It don't turn to persecution. Illegal. Go to court. No. Then you don't turn to blood test. Outside. Baba, they say they won't take him to Haro in Abeokuta. They won't go do brain test. Maybe in don't mad, mad. Which level now? This will not be prosecution again, no. It don't lead to persecution, no. Okay. These guys came out today, and I'm glad that they said they have released him. I haven't seen the news, okay? Some of you have dropped in that in the comment section. But for these guys in Lagos today, sorry for the quality of the picture, okay? asking there for the release of Seun, because this is no longer prosecution, but persecution. Somebody spoke clearer here. Let me quickly show you. I'm coming back.
Of the police, because of course, what the agenda that is on ground has nothing to do with the agenda of justice. It's an agenda of lawlessness and impunity. And that is the way the police institution has handled this matter, with impunity and lawlessness. Even if despite getting court order to detain him for 2 days and subsequently granted bail, that the police had failed to comply with the order of the courts granting bail to Seun Kuti. Rather, they connived again with the magistrate to get an extra 4 days of extension to conduct some non-existent investigation. Until date, we haven't seen the outcome of the investigation they commenced or they said to have been doing. Neither have we been able to do a correlation between the searching Seun's house and the slap that happened at 3rd Midland Bridge. In fact, some of us have not been able to connect how a police officer who went from Seun Kuti's house down to the police force to submit quote and unquote 12,000 naira claimed by the police. That same police officer, after a whole day of journey, went into a coma. One slap sent him to coma. If that is the case, if slaps have been sending people to coma, more than half of Nigerian youth, more than half of Nigerian youth are in coma. In fact, as I'm speaking with you, I'm in coma because I'm a victim of countless police slaps. Everybody who is standing here with me, they are in coma because they are a victim of countless police slaps. More than half of Nigerian youth are in coma because they are a victim of countless police slaps. The Nigerian state itself is in coma because over close to 200 million people have been victims of continuous rape by the Buhari-led institution and as always enforced by the IGP of police, who was in any case quick to order the arrest of one police slap, but has been completely recalcitrant and quite relaxed when it comes to dealing with justice for numerous citizens who have been victims of police violence. These are the issues. We are not distracted, and at this point, I seize this moment to step aside by saying, "Aluta continua,
Victoria." Soli. When the youth take over, street all oppressors, then go run away. When the youth take over,
Africa.
So I'm happy that Seun Kuti has been at least released on bail. So yeah, let him go to court and then fight this out. I mean, the police, if they're interested in indeed punishing him, then they should get ready to actually prosecute him, not persecute him. Remember this, that you don't like somebody, doesn't mean that you should wish them the worst, especially in the hands of the oppressors that you would like to see behind bars, jailed. So, like I said, that's a good news. That's a good one to hear. And then we say, I'm going to take calls. I'm going to take calls. However, before I take calls, I have 2 things I'm going to say. Then I'm going to go make another tea. This may take me like another 10, 15 minutes, okay? But I'm going to be very fast. The first one is to say a big thank you to all of you, my fans, who indeed turned up when I mentioned that I'm planning to get a new camera. Now, what you have done for me is that my budget of £3,000 in getting a new camera I'm talking about, £3,200, right? You have raised me a grand 400. That is £1,400. So I'm left with £1,800. Now, you know what you have done? You have reduced what could have been paid by myself. So tomorrow, I am going to make the move and order my camera. Okay? Something very, very better than this. And no flickering or blinking. Now, what I intend to do is to when that is done, is to kind of come back here and say thank you. I'll show you the camera before it's kind of get connected so that you can see my beautiful, I love them. Very expensive. So to say, indeed, a camera for 3,200 pounds is like saying I want to buy 3 million naira camera. Yeah, 3 million camera. That's too much now. Can't you just get Papa? It's not too much. Quality. Have you seen my Egun's videos? Can't you tell? So it's that quality. So I am grateful to everybody who has sort of reached out. Okay, I appreciate you. You have reduced what I'm going to spend, and indeed, I'm still very much open. So for all this support that may come in, and I'm going to list them out later. Okay. Now, finally, just before I go and make my cup of tea and come back here to take calls, okay, I was on TikTok, yeah, while you were watching that free Seun Kuti's protest and video. And I think somebody said, Mayegun, no, sorry, it didn't say Mayegun, said, my friend, go and look for a job, go and find work. I said, oh no. Some of you, Lori Buruku, Lagos Sabo Bakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, you just like to disgrace us. You sometimes you make the rest of the world think that those who come from Nigeria, they are stupid people. You are on Mayegun's Diary Politico, one of the top political YouTube channel on Nigeria politics. A platform that is, even though this other platform, they have bigger subscribers, a platform that control the mass viewership on any live streaming discussing politics about Nigeria politics. You turn around and say you should go and look for it. My friend, go and find a job. This is 2023, my dear. It is not 1903. It is not 1953. In fact, it is not 1993. You are on a platform that is more or less like a multi-million naira. Put it that way, a multi-million naira platform. You are talking to somebody who is a multi-million naira content creator on his platform to go and look for a job. Work for who? Who do you think I should start working for? And how much do you think they should start paying me? Other Africans are watching. They're like, look at this guy. Man, this guy is, wow. I love this, oh man, this guy full ground. Oh, I love this platform. You turn around and say you should go and look for a job. Job with who? I have taken up a job of liberating your mind before you perish. Or if you choose to perish, yeah, fine. You perish. But you will not deny the truth that you've heard that you could be liberated. Don't tell me to go and look for a job. I could give you a job. Unfortunately, a lot of you are educated but unemployable. You are unemployed and at the same time unemployable. Unfortunately. I mean, stop embarrassing us. So that we begin to, have other Africans who are reading comment will be like, go and look for a job. They'll be like, who is this dafty? Telling this guy to go and look for, is this person daft? Is that how Nigerians are daft? Now you understand why your criminal politicians will have no leverage anywhere near Mayegun. Anything Mayegun is involved in. Do you see why? Because I've got a platform that gives me everything that money can't give. Money can't give what I get here. And I'm trying to pass on that to you to let you know that legitimately, you could deny your oppressors. You no go die. Deny them. Stand right. Stop defending them. You are doing yourself. I am the proof to show you that. You're not going to die. If you say you can't stand on your own, you're going to die, stop telling me to look for a job because I can even give some of your politicians job. If not, be say the money where they steal. I could give them job. I mean, yeah. Your bankers are paying how much? How much are they paying you in a bank as a bank worker? I was telling somebody, I was saying that to them on TikTok. Stop embarrassing us. Stop asking my ego to go and look for a job when you know that he is a job himself. I'm a job. I'm Geo. Look at my temple. I've got... We won't make that a brag. Anyway, I thought I should add that in order to buy a few more time so I can go make my tea. When I get back, I'll take calls. Now, you can call in and make your own contribution, okay? Call in, say one or two things. Even face me. Say it to my face. Whatever you think You know, so I will hang on. While I leave, remember to like this broadcast, like it, share it, okay? If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. This is who I am. And if I'm saying something that makes you feel so good and comfortable right now, I may say something that will not make you feel comfortable tomorrow. And that will be the truth that you kind of will discover on this platform. As long as you are not comfortable with the criminals in Nigeria, or you are not a closest supporter of theirs, you kind of will enjoy this platform. They said the obedient are enjoying the whole thing now. Of course they are. They've done you no wrong. No, they've done no wrong. Now, like it, and I will be back in a meeting. In a minute. No, so in about 2-3 minutes. Remember.
What shall I say unto the Lord? Yes, Lord. All I have to say. Thank you, Lord. What shall I say? Thank you, Lord.
I have a caller. Hello, sir.
Hello, it's Joe Akinola again here today.
Hey, Sir Akinola. Now, you are the first caller. You know what I'm going to do tonight? Because I know you're going to be very controversial. So, I'll be ready. Now, I'm not going to let you call back in. You know, people are going to react. Sure, you know. They will react to you. So, you have the floor, sir. But I will not let you call back. Use your time well.
Yeah.
Go on, sir.
Yeah, please give me enough time to address
not enough. The normal time. Just use it well. It's too early for Wahala. But anyway, go on, sir.
It's great that we are all back to where our journey began. And I hope my obedient brother who are at times are not happy when anybody disagree. I disagree with Obi. I don't have problem with obedience. And I will explain to you why.
Please.
I see Obi as part of the establishment who has governed 8 years in Anambra and with all the business of Nest. You know, you brought up Kadira today, and I saw the question that she posed to Obi 4 years ago when he was running as the vice president of Atiku. And Obi tried to convince us at that time to support Atiku. But that is not the question now. The question is that all these politicians are guilty of what is called state capture, which is also what Dangote is benefiting. Right. Tinubu is benefiting from it, and it's a form of corruption. People don't see it that way. You make a policy to favor some people so that these people are more or less like a ten. They give themselves, they distribute our money. That money they are giving to Dangote, it's our money. It's the money of everybody. And they make this policy. They benefit themselves. You may not be able to prove the drug case against Tinubu, but what Tinubu cannot deny is the state capture of Lagos. How he ran that state, and it was his own enterprise, making money out of the place. So, see, you may disagree with my not supporting Obi, but let us all come together and face these people all together, all of them, every one of them, and demand for our freedom. And that is where we should all go to, demand for our freedom. Stop swinging on to any, because somebody can speak smoothly and all that. If he actually wins the election, to be honest, I want them to hand over the government to him if he wins. But the reality, that is not the destination. That is not the destination I'm looking forward to. The destination of Yoruba or Dua Republic or Biafra Republic. And we should all also come together. Thank God that they released him today. And I'm happy about that. We should also put our voice together to demand for the release of Kanu as well. You know, I was disappointed during the election when Obedience were afraid, Buhari is going to release Kanu and Obi is going to lose the election. No, let us all come together and demand for justice and speak for what is right. Leave sentiments apart. Let us face the truth and let us face our future together. And that's where I belong. I don't belong to any.
So
everybody.
You come in peace today. That's very rare in a while, right? So, and I bet you've extended the hands of friendship this time around, and I don't think a lot of them will have to throw stones anymore. So, any other thing you want to add to what we have already discussed today before you go to have that time?
Yeah, just to clear that, to be honest, the reason why I didn't talk so much about Tinubu is that you've explained a lot about Tinubu. So, but I see that on the platform, it's as if Obi is a saint. And I was trying to make that clear that we should forget about that. And let us all join people like Omoyele Sowore, people like, like Seun Kuti. These guys speak for the truth of where we should be as a nation. So, and we should, all the youth should come together and don't allow anybody to use you for his own political agenda. Obasanjo is using Obi is using obedience. I love the obedient people. They want a new change for the country, but I don't think they are. You can't love
obedient without loving the Obi himself. That's where the old disagreement will always start from. Remember that.
You can understand that. I understand the reason why they're all following him. I once said when I listened to Obi, why is this man not the president of Nigeria? I once asked the question. But when I start to look at his record and see the people that are backing him, I say, well, it's just
begin to have a
bunch of the same.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Let me take another one. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. You have a good one. Thank you. So that's a fair point, too. Okay. But not everybody will like Obi, as some of you will say. Hello there.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Do you mind muting? Yeah, please mute the broadcast.
I've done that.
Yes, sir. Please go on.
Yeah. This is Olu from Glasgow.
Olu from Glasgow.
Yeah, from Glasgow. Yeah.
How are you, brother?
Excuse me. I'm fine. Thank you, Mayego. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir. Olu.
Yeah, I just have a 2 questions.
Yes, sir.
Like, number one, as at 3-4 days ago, a Papa issue, I've never seen him anymore. And the other one coming out recently again, there is another person coming up again saying is another chairman.
Something like a Cornelius Okoli or something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
He said he's
so
the
that's what
original chairman.
Yes. So I don't know. Now, is Apapa still there or he has disappeared? And the recent one again, is he going to court again? And as at the moment, I think the court has said Abure is the main chairman.
Yes.
I'm right.
Yes, you are. But let me answer that so that we can clear that area, okay? It is true that we haven't seen much of Apapa, okay? That doesn't mean that their cases are still not up. It seems that somehow, what they wanted to achieve at the tribunal, they are unable to. That was to hijack the process and at the same time withdraw the whole thing. So that wasn't going to happen. So it seems that his role is no longer going to be really needed physically anymore. So it's going to be like from one court to another. So currently right now, Apapa's team are still in Kano. They are still in Kano trying to get further judgment that are going to make headlines soon. Sure you get that will bring him back into the picture. But physically, I don't know. You know, I don't think much of him will be seen. Not like before anymore. That's my point.
Right. Thank you very much. I just want to be too sure.
Just to clear that part.
Clarify. Yeah.
No, he's not gone.
Thank you very much.
Hey, he's not gone. No.
Thank you very much for your help.
Baba, thank you so much. Apapa is not gone. They still have case against Abure.
Hello.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Hello, Daddy Gio.
How are you, brethren? Sir.
I'm fine, man. This is David from Texas. Long time.
David.
I've been watching. I've been
Baba.
stepping aside all the time listening, but this one, I gotta speak to this one now.
I'm glad you are.
This one, I'm going to be biased.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to be biased. I'm going to offend you a little bit, but I just want to make it as a point.
I am very much welcoming. Go on.
Yeah. Now it has now come to the whole game. That's one thing I picked out of your topic. All this is a racket. Now the Fulani has established 75% of the agenda why they want to conquer Nigeria. But when they want to do it, they knew they cannot do it alone. They have to lean to the West. And the West now, not that all the West knows everything about it, but some of the West, especially those, sorry, I told you I'll be biased a little bit. All those Yorubas that came from Ogun State, Ondo, Oyo, they all came to Lagos. Those are the cartels of the Yorubas that are now ganging up with the Fulani to conquer Nigeria. How did I come about to say that?
Tell us.
I now figure out that there's a word Tinubu said. You remember his word? He said that Buhari, and I told him that he should come and we will make him president, but he will never touch Yoruba people. That is the sacrifice he did for you people, for the West.
But they're going to. He will never play with the Yorubas.
Don't touch it.
Something like that.
Yeah. I you know where that point is going. Now you see that the cartels of those cartel Yorubas that are wicked, both the Oba, all of them. You see this thing that Dangote did. It's not Dangote that is the owner. It is the cartels, all of them that have stolen the whole Nigerian money. They all ganged up and just put the name of Dangote to sit on it so that their family will never be poor again in their life.
Never.
These are the shareholder now. Can you imagine?
It is like handing the resources of Nigeria, a portion of it, and say, Dangote, now your inheritance for this, for life. Share you get?
Yeah.
Just
so
give us our share for life as well. I'm with you.
Yeah.
You are not offending me. You are stating facts.
And again, you just can you imagine? I'm in Texas. Texas has the largest oil over here in America. Can you imagine them not building a refinery in Texas and go and build it in Chicago? Is that going to happen? They know what they're doing. I mean, it's a shame on the South. A shame on Dokubo that brought out his own people to go to Abuja. So now, 90% of the job will be in Lagos. It will not be in his own place. See how people think? How selfish these cartels are. They only think for their own self. They will come and use you and fund them. Imagine if the oil was in Ogun State and they'll go and build the refinery in Enugu. Can that happen? It cannot happen. So they are fulfilled. They know that they've tried to conquer Nigeria to start with that oil, but they know they cannot do it. They have to lean to the West. That is why Buhari was doing all he was doing, all the whole governors in the Southwest. We are not opposing him. They know what they will get at the end.
I be now.
And this one that is, and this one that, you know, they never knew that Obi was coming. They were thinking that it's going to be between Atiku and Tinubu or whoever it may
was
be.
Meant to be Atiku.
That was what
Tinubu.
They were thinking.
It was a straight one. Atiku Tinubu. Obi was not supposed to be part of it until this happened.
So that they will calm him down. So when they saw that Obi, and they never wanted to give it to Tinubu, but Tinubu said, for what? Why won't you give it to me? You know what I've done for you people? I've done a lot for you people. So you people, and they started stepping down and covering their face. They thought they could chance Tinubu, and all those pictures you see them bringing up is the part of the cartel. They still want to emulate Tinubu and to overthrow him. You see that oil? They really want to conquer Nigeria, and the West, the cabals of the West have helped them.
If anybody is still thinking they want to conquer Nigeria, that is like future present tense. They've conquered Nigeria already. State capture means all your institutions are just there now. They are no longer in charge of Nigeria.
Yeah.
They are working for
like me, like for me and you, that we know that we want Yoruba nation, and they've not conquered me. I still reject that they have conquered me.
No, we are the rebels.
Even though they have.
No, we are the rebels. We are the ones, right, who disagree with the old scheme. Yeah, we are the ones who are saying no, and they are wondering why we are saying no. Why are you so stubborn? What are they doing to all of us? They want us dead or in prison.
They have really shared that Nigeria. They shared it. Look at them, all of them coming out to say that if you don't go to self, he's not even proud that he did it. He knows all this scam. All this are scam.
He did it. How can you hide $9 billion, Dave? David, you feel billion. We don't talk about billion. No, when you hear billion, now only Nigeria you go hear billion. People will say, hey, 45 billion. That's not true.
$9 billion.
$9 billion.
Lagos State forfeiting their land. That land they gave to him is not easy. And they know if they do that thing at the north, people will hijack it.
They thank military. You know what military do there? You know when they were taking land like that, now military go they protect them now. All those money anything won't try anything. You see, it is a racket. State capture means
it's a big racket.
All institutions they are just existing. Court will exist, but the justice from that court is going to be for the highest bidder. Okay, police will exist. Their protection of the citizens is not their priority, but the protection of the elite. Soldiers will exist, but it's not going to be to protect the country, but to protect the government in that country. You understand?
The government and the rich men.
So all these things will exist.
Shame
they won't exist for people.
Shame on shame on that crazy drunkard from Rivers. What's his name again?
Asari.
No. The other guy, the governor. What's his name? Port Harcourt. Crazy. Shame on him. They've taken his resources and built it in Lagos. Let me see how they will come and repair Port Harcourt Refinery. They will never repair that Port Harcourt Refinery. Ever.
Not anymore. They won't need that anymore. Not anymore. Not when Dangote has refinery. All refineries in Nigeria will be dead. Remember that.
This is the time now. This is the time they're going to build an army to protect Lagos and protect the North.
Because
nobody else can talk again.
We'll see to that, David,
that's the answer.
Thank you so much. You have a good one, okay, Baba?
All right, thank you. I'm sorry I'm biased to you.
David. Oh, well, speak your mind, though. Hello there.
Hello, Benji.
Yes, sir.
Finally.
How are you, sir? Yes, finally.
I'm all right, boss. Yeah, it's V from Birmingham.
Did you say V?
Yeah.
Grand.
Remember, long time ago, but anyway,
I'm trying to like, How are you, sir? Birmingham.
I'm all right, bro. Yeah. Birmingham, UK.
I remember.
You have been following now since. Yeah, good to have you, brother.
Thanks, man.
I've been following for long now.
Thank you.
Nigeria is a big joke.
We are watching it.
You have analyzed everything. There's nothing left. We just watching.
I did with you.
Hello.
Yeah, I did with you, Baba.
Yeah, we just watching. Really, there's one video you show here. You know what is it that Ahmed said? He really mean what he said. It's not he meaning that he's gonna act on it. But really, don't get surprised. They will swear Tinubu in, but military will take over. You will see. That's where he's heading to.
So
and the military just waiting.
Democracy will be dead on the May 29th if they swear him in.
They know. Do you think the military, they don't have the constitution? Not all of them is the follow, sheep follower like zombie. That some of them they go inside now planning what to do. They know that the constitution has been, there's no constitution. Remember that people that have power, like they are power hungry and they are military. People think now that these guys have captured the military. No, they haven't captured.
See, V, this is a genuine question, right? Do you actually believe any military takeover can succeed in Nigeria this time around anymore with what we have now? Usually, right, if a military wants to come in, before the North will accept it, it has to be one of them to lead it. You know that? Now that Nigeria has become so divided as we are right now, do you think any fellow Nigerians can make announcements and keep Nigeria together without revolution happening? Do you think?
Well, because of what is going on now,
right?
Nobody will fight them because it's like, okay, let's put it this way: 60 or 70% of Nigerians are not happy with what is going on.
And they feel
so I don't think if military come, because they feel powerless, they can't do anything anymore. They believe on just the judiciary, which that one is just Nollywood. It's not happening. You get me? The judiciary will not do it, even though they said it is just so facilitated, but they know they can't push Tinubu out. The only remedy Nigeria got, which is not a good thing, it's not a good thing, military coming back to Nigeria. But this is exactly what is going to happen. They are coming. And nobody will fight them. Remember, 70% that is against this man will not come out and say, they don't want him. They want anybody.
I mean, it was obvious that he was rejected, but they forced themselves back. That's actually
they forced themselves back.
Nobody wanted them.
Yes, that's what it is.
And this is not even about Tinubu alone. It's the 8 years of Buhari enough that people actually don't want them per se, but they forced themselves back. So you mean if a military now says, gang, 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 fellow Nigerians, they will clap for them.
No, everything will be successful on Monday. You will see they will do their thing. They will do it. But military is coming. It will not last 3-4 months. You will see them, they will come. Because they know the constitution is already breached. They don't think, we are watching it. We thought these guys are stupid. Even in Tinubu's camp, many people in his camp don't want him to be there. Just let's tell ourselves the truth. Money can buy anything. Money can buy everybody. Yeah, but there is some people. How do you what do you think about this information coming out from Tinubu? Do you not think there is somebody insider which is working with him every day, releasing all this exposure?
Of course, it could only come from those closer to him. I mean,
because you can't go there and have information. There must be people.
Apart from the one taken in public or his video, anyone that comes from private and other, only those who are closer to him can take such pictures or videos. So if you find them in the public, don't blame those who have them. Blame those who share them. And mostly they are the people around them.
Exactly. Yeah, they just you said the North will not support military. Look at all these things. How many times you see all these?
I said if the North will support a military to take over, the head of that military must be their own. They won't want a Southerner to be the head of the military.
No. It must be them. And they know it's them.
If they now declare, if a military man come now, this is just me trying to practicalize it with you. Sure you get. If a military man come now and it's a fellow Nigerian from northern Nigeria, automatically southern Nigeria will be triggered, Abi. No matter how much. They have two people. One of them is declared winner, which is the Tinubu that rigged. The second person fighting for that presidency is also a southerner, Peter Obi. Now, if in the midst of it, a northerner with military gun declare himself president, I can sense that those who want to shock themselves today, Tinubu and obedient, they will have to gather together and fight the military. Another northerner.
No,
you don't think so? No, go on.
No, MD, yeah, my own opinion. Yeah, I know what you said. It makes sense, but look at it this way. Yeah, look at it this way.
Right.
Remember the process they are going now. They already pissing all Nigerians off.
Right.
You get me?
I do with you.
They have pissed all Nigerians off. Listen, if anything is happening to them, nobody will come for their rescue. Check it, because if I thought they do it in a normal way, okay, election reading, Nigerian way. Everybody understand it, they do their thing. But all this piece of they are doing Nigerian, taking them as like they are nothing.
They are nothing.
No Nigerian life matters for them. So they don't see they are not seeing anybody. You understand? And people they are doing it, they may not say anything because they are powerless. And the same thing is in military. Not all of them. Some of these generals, they are not happy with this system that's going this way. Even though you think they are giving them money, Burutai take all their military money, go. Why did they kill the other guy that come after Burutai? They kill him because they know he's there with them. He was working under Burutai. He's doing all the job for Burutai. But the geezer is not happy. Immediately he go up. He wants to expose them, then they take him off.
Wow.
So they still have many like that.
Yeah, it is yet to be seen, and there are so many scenarios that can still take place even before then. Sure, you get it.
Yeah.
Let's keep watching.
Yeah, I'm just watching. We are watching them exactly. But the movie. It's fast.
I have another call.
Hello.
Hello there.
Good evening. I was trying not to call, but at the same time, this issue of military taking over, you
couldn't look away from it. Tell me your view, man, please.
No, because if the military has to come in, it is going to be another else. And I can tell you that the Southerners will quickly forget
Tinubu. Forget their differences. I sense that too.
And immediately they will gather together and speak against it, because the last thing anybody wants is for the Northerners to rule again.
Because by trick, it will be like they trick the rest of the South. It will be like they trick the rest of the South into election, then they use gun to write it off. Omo, you know, go easy. I've said it before, man.
Because Baba Buhari after the dark for Adaji. Because the man, is a northerner. That is why the northerners try to override the whole country and make a plan to take over. They're not taking over anything. They try, but it doesn't work. And if they try to bring in the military, I tell you, that is what people will see.
Some said that will be the end of Nigeria, or the beginning of the end of Nigeria.
That's it. It will trigger the Southerners. And I tell you, nobody wants Tinubu, but you will be amazed how the Southerners will come together and kick against the invasion of the military or the Northerners taking over the country again. Why do you think a lot of Southerners are making noise? It is because of this so-called Shetima, the vice president, because we all know their plan. So if anything happens to Kalu tomorrow, they will try to take over. And I tell you, we will sit there. And as I said, let us go and buy our popcorn. This is an honesty. Because very long one. Google. It's going to be a long one. You will see all these Agbero. Abuja will smell pepper.
They are already feeling
there. They should have been saying that. Those car parks, they park their car, the traders on the street, the shops, They've never been paying tax to the MC and co. Now they will start paying tax.
But Abuja people are already telling them, don't bring your to Abuja, don't bring your Lagos. You are welcome. Just wait for it.
They will pay tax. Now they will begin to smash again. And the good thing is,
we have federal. Now we get federal now. We have federal. We have Lagos. We have federal. All power belongs to Ashiwaju now. That's what they're saying now. You see film. No joke.
And a few later, and on top of that, all this so-called Agbero and Kogbero, this Dangote Refinery that is in Lagos, you know, on one side, people might think it's going to create more jobs for the Lagosians. It's not true. They're going to try and bring in their own people to take over there.
No, they will. And apart from that, anyway, others will have to work on.
And apart from that,
I don't even want to go into that earlier, but go on, ma.
The health implication of what they are going to suffer. Oh Lord, have mercy. Yoruba doesn't know anything. Can you imagine the pollution that will be going up into the air?
A lot of people are buying lands there now, Mao. They want to build houses because there will be 24 hours electricity. Houses, Legbe Refinery.
Legbe Refinery. How many kini?
Is that not cancer? Do you know what they are facing in? Do you know what they are facing in River State? There's something called Sooth.
Yeah.
In River State. As you have clear sky like this, in River State, in Port Harcourt, they have a dark cloud once in a while. You see all those smoke, those oil exploration, gas flaring, all those things. Mommy, people who have a smoke, they will have a black suit in their nose when they wake up in the morning. Inside the houses, so when they go outside, you know, suit will be falling on them. I say, cancer, cancer, don't shake Christmas. When you're in another 25 years, a lot of people will die.
And if you check the rate in which Nigerians now are saying, this is happening. Never before have we heard of Nigerians, the rate of people that is now being diagnosed of cancer. Never before. Unlike now. You can see what is going on, but people does not realize the implication, the health implication of so many things that is going on around them.
Do you know the last one, ma?
The
regulator, NNPC, the regulator, which is the one that should be regulating all these things you just mentioned, environment and the rest of all those things, right? Keep people safe, get them a good pay and all of that. Regulated the refinery, They are the ones who gave them 9 billion. And before the refinery even starts working, they have paid 70% back. Now tell me, if they're actually going to care about all you mentioned, when all they care about is that the
so-called Ashwaju Awagbewiri, when they ask him about the climate change, what?
Don't go there, man. Climate change. No.
It's the one the climate change. So we need to bring money.
About when a rat hits a tree or something like that, a church rat. No, a church rat. It's a story of church rats who has nothing to eat. You get, and you are now telling him to care about. It's all bad, dash, ma'am. Honestly, Diaby, thank you so much, ma. Let me take another one. Right. So I have another caller, but I'm going to tell my caller to hang on for a minute. Hello there.
Hello, my good general.
The prince.
The general himself.
Hang on there for me.
Hi.
Okay, stay on. Okay, don't go anywhere.
All right, ma'am.
Now, I want to say a very big thank you to every one of you who has liked the broadcast and as usual, even your super chats and all of that, okay? But if you are still here at this over 3,000 of us right there on YouTube, and I think over 500 or so, 400 on Facebook or so, you can still like the broadcast. Take a moment, like it, share it, and subscribe while Prince Jejema speaks. The Prince.
Yeah, Prince. This is Prince Jejema representing IPOB for life.
Prince Jejema. I will see you for See everybody watching, yeah? If you are in Glasgow, if you are in Fife, if you are in Edinburgh, if you are in Dundee, Aberdeen, wherever you are in Scotland, I am going to be in Edinburgh. The Remembrance Day for the Biafrans. The Biafran fallen heroes on the 30th of May. That's next week. The day your tribunal case will start. Yes, I'm going to be in Edinburgh with this man, Prince Jejema. How are you?
Yes, Baba. Salute. Well done, Baba.
Thank you.
Thank you, Baba, for being there in advance. Yeah. We're gonna storm Edinburgh for life. Okay.
You're welcome to Scotland.
Yes, Baba. Yep. Baba, you see, you too much, Baba.
Thank you.
Baba, you see what did happen. This Dangote Refinery.
Yes.
Dangote, before we have Dangote cement, Dangote sugar, Dangote rice, Dangote, even Dangote spaghetti. Because of Dangote, they brought propaganda that Indomino is killing people in Lagos. I don't know if you heard that then. Dora Akuyile, Minister of is it drug this thing that
information? No, NAFDAC. He was director of NAFDAC before he became minister.
NAFDAC, thank you. Exactly. Yes, you are right. She have to come and eat Indomino on live television before Nigeria could start eating Indomino again. That is how deadly this henchman Fulani agenda is. That was when the monopoly started, okay, of handing over everything, every franchise, all these criminals in Nigeria. That was how they started buying franchise using Dangote as a front man, okay, to put Nigeria in bond.
This was a big cash out to about 9 billion. If they give you that 9 billion to go and set something up, number one, you are already a billionaire, because if you have investor that give you 9 billion, anybody will feel right to that credit. Now you're God, though. And Dangote knows that Nigeria and the Nigeria politicians, they are a source. May not dry. Go on, Prince.
Honestly. Baba, you see, say them talk say, Fulani talk say they go deep Quran inside the Atlantic Ocean. All right? That refinery is deeping the Quran inside the Atlantic Ocean. Mind you, they don't have religion. No, that is the most appalling part of it. Terrorists has no religion. They don't have any religion. Okay? Because they will come to market, if they throw their bomb, everybody go die, both Muslim, both Christian. They don't have religion. No. Okay? The agenda is just that their selfishness, your land, your resources, or your life. Okay? That's their grazing route to make sure they get to your village and dispossess you of any land or resources. Okay? Let me tell our people, everybody should moronanya like a dog. You see, when dog is guiding a house, one eye closed, one eye open. All right? We are begging them, let Fulani henchmen, let them quickly swear in Tinubu. Let Nigeria know where it's going immediately.
Yeah.
All right, that's what we are begging them. Chebi, Boko Haram are sent. Then Nandekano is a national security threat. Somebody with flag. That's what they are telling Nigeria and the world. Okay? They cannot use Tinubu to distract us. They are using Tinubu to distract Nigeria. It's now open. Nigerian eyes and head are resetting now. Everybody.
That's right.
Okay, to what is happening.
You know something, right? Go on. Sorry, Prince. You want to add something?
My ego. Let me tell you, to know what Fulani herdsmen, their real plan. Northern Nigeria, where they are minority, they are governors in 14 states. They only left to fight to Hausa and others that are majority, 5 states as governors. Okay? They are one of their governor in Bauchi, that one that came to tell you Nigerians that Fulani, all these terrorists they brought through operation, through visa on arrival. Okay? That Fulani is now Africa.
It was also the one who said that every Fulani see themselves as Nigerian. All Fulanis in Africa, they believe that they are Nigerians. So they can come to Nigeria.
They are citizens of Nigeria and citizens of Africa. That's what they told us. All right? So now, at the same time, is this Fulani herdsmen government in Nigeria through Abu Salam that gave us the constitution that is killing almost the whole Nigerian. Okay? Let's be writing it down. People that are writing down. At the same time, Mayegu, now they want to use what is it called? Dangote. To do what? To get Nigeria completely. All right? Because now they've captured northern region with 14 governors. Okay? Now on the national level, they have used Dangote to capture the whole Nigeria. All right? Tinubu is just a distraction to what is happening. They are just using Tinubu to distract the whole Nigeria.
Like a pawn.
Okay?
A go-to. Yes. Like, it's not the hand, but it's a mean to an end. The Prince. Thank you.
Mayegu, do you know that they are in our armed forces? There is the first time a government is recruiting terrorists in the national armed forces. This is the first time.
Imagine there is a coup, right? Imagine there is a coup.
Yeah.
Like what happened in Sudan, okay? Where the leader of the Janjaweed, okay, in order to keep his army, right? The president of Sudan at the time decided to give them a paramilitary sort of legal backing. They call them paramilitary, but they didn't add them to the military, like in Nigeria. But can you imagine, Sudan is on fire today because the head of the Janjaweed has become so rich and powerful and is fighting the head of the army in that country, okay? And we know what is happening in Sudan today. But we've been hearing about the Boko Haram terrorists, repentant terrorists being recruited into the army. Nigerian army came out and said a repentant Boko Haram can be president of Nigeria. So, Prince Jejeman, imagine that we just hear the Masha song. Ga, 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 ga. And a repentant terrorist is the one declared the president. They say, this person repented as Boko Haram 6 years ago. But today is the head of the new, I'm just imagining now, even though I don't think that's possible. It's not going to
happen. Your imagination is very, very right. Do you know why?
Why?
Do you know why your imagination is very right, Mayegu?
Tell us.
Now, Mayegu, this snake has 2 heads now, as it is. All right? Because Fulani Meti Allah is official representative of the terrorists that are in the forest, and they are also in the Aso Rock. All right? If you hear gangan, the purpose of them, that's why they are mad within Nnamdi Kanu. That's why they created unknown government at the east. You know, so that they can, anything they commit there, they cannot label it on IPOB and ESN.
Now,
you know, so that they can have chance
Nnamdi Kanu, by the
to
way,
destroy the east.
Prince Jejeman, talking about Nnamdi Kanu, right? There are people from northern Nigeria that they have been so brainwashed with different propaganda that they personally believe that the problem of Nigeria are the IPOBs and Nnamdi Kanu should be killed. But Nnamdi Kanu doesn't actually see the north that way. I stumbled on a video. I'll share it with you before you go, okay? And this was Nnamdi Kanu, somebody that was being held illegally at the time, right? And he was in court. Man, guy, he was actually pleading and making arrangements to free some other northern youth who were illegally arrested and locked up and forgotten in prison. I'll show you, Prince Jeje. I'll show you.
Yes.
Don't go anywhere else.
Yes, Baba.
Everybody.
All right, I did.
This was Nnamdi Kanu, who was being illegally tried, persecuted. He was there fighting for other people that he met in prison. And they are not Igbo. They are not Christians. They're not from the South. Or should I say, watch this.
Come closer. All of you come. They should come. They should come closer. Allow them to come here. Go closer. Come. Come, allow him, Jason. Allow him to come. These people, their children are in DSS custody. They've been there for about 5 years. For 5 years without trial. That's what they do in this country. Very terrible. Over 2,000 people locked down there without trial. And this is not justice in any way, shape, or form. As Mary Wollstonecraft said, what makes you human is ability to reason. Here, people don't reason. That's why they're detained. Their children have been there for a very long time. Usman Abubakar is in detention. Mokhtar Omar is in detention. At DSS, they don't want to bring them to court. The families are here. Ibrahim Yahya is there as well. I was with them. Musa Kalamo is also there. Belit is also there. Judge Bajim is here and the rest of them. For 5 years.
Man, I never remember all their names. This was about 4 or 5 years ago. Prince Jeje man. But an average Hausa or Northerner, APC supporter will tell you they should kill him because unknown gunmen are attacking Northerners in eastern Nigeria. So Nnamdi Kanu is responsible for it. Prince Jeje man, I just wanted you to see that, okay? I don't have much time anymore, Baba. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you. Thank you, Baba. Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Here we go. Hello there.
Yeah, one name.
One name. Osita, how are you?
Yes, my brother. Well, thank God. We bless God. We praise God. Thank God for life.
And we
and let the one that is alive. Yes, and let the one that is alive not keep talking.
Brilliant.
When good people refuse to do nothing or say nothing, bad people progress. That's the truth. Really, I don't want to. I just wanted to listen all through today, but
you couldn't resist, could you?
I couldn't resist, because
just look away and keep it that way. But no, you want to add one or two things. But here you are, please, Osita.
Yeah. So, but the people who are talking about that have concerns about the military coming back. But let me tell you something. Let's be factual. But let me hold on. Let me just attend to this Nnamdi Kanu's video that you played right now.
It's an old one.
Yes, this video that you talked. Yeah, this video you talked about now. You brought about here now. The reason the Northerners, the common Northerners, I call them common Northerners because they have made the people they rule over common.
Yeah, they've made class out of them.
Yeah. So the reason they don't believe that somebody who is fighting against the establishment is actually helping them is because I still come back to it all the time. They just killed what is called education. If these people were enlightened, you will know when somebody is laughing at you, when somebody is milking you, when somebody is enslaving you, you will understand. Go and look at everybody who fought against slavery in the past. You will find out that it is the educated ones among them that finds out that, oh, we are being cheated. We have to have a common voice. But the moment you don't have education, you don't have a voice. That is the truth. I clear that one. Let me come to the military aspect of it that they are talking about. Yes, you see, in Nigeria today, a conception of evil Anything is possible. Do not rule it out. When Buhari struck in 1983, I've been going through it. Buhari, when he struck, it was unbelievable. Nobody believed that Buhari was going to strike at that time. He was close to the politicians.
He was very close to Shagari as well, by the way.
That was the reason they had problem with Umaru Diko, because Umaru Diko don't like them. They told Shagari that, oh, what was supposed to be coming to them, that Umaru Diko was blocking it. As at that time, Buhari was the GOC commandant in Jos. That's to tell you, I've made my reservation, I've did my duty before all this thing. So when you look at it and you think that, oh, it is not possible, in their own ill wisdom, in their foolishness, the military might strike. I didn't say that by strike. I didn't say that, oh, that is
under probability, right? Things could get that, heated up.
But the struck, I think that is a blessing. So we that are agitating for one thing or the other, it is going to be in our own blessing. Because when the military comes in, you are now trying to build up a new brigade of armed robber crew who will dislodge this other one. But then that is the only time that we can come in. Because we are not going to listen to Tinubu like the mommy that called. I am sorry.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to. Yes, nobody's going to fight that. Oh, people will forget that it's Tinubu and they will fight that they don't want military. It's a lie. Nobody is willing to fight, because these so-called politicians that we have right now, they have broken us down that we don't even have sympathy for them. Everybody will see what happened to Seun. It's not as if people don't like Seun. It's not as if people have forgotten Fela. But just because of he is on the side, he's coming to the side of these killers. That was the reason some people don't care about him. And that is the way people will not care about Tinubu. Trust me. So,
thank you.
If they come, I pray to God that they come. It is going to be a blessing for us, so that we can actually activate our.
But you know what they say as well, Osita? They say we should be very, very careful of what we wish for. It's not going to be a slight move, but like you said, in an already divided country, there could be an opportunity, but we should be very careful of what we wish for too.
It is not what, it's my brother, for a lifetime, it is not as if that is what we want.
I know. I'm just saying that we should add that.
But you see situations, the reason people might just think, oh, that the Western world is going to cry about it. I am telling you, they will come just the way Buhari in 1983 and showed you all the whole records and tell you that all these people are corrupt. All these people are corrupt. The only thing the Western world will do with them is to tell them that, oh, that please, that you will have to tell them how many years are you going to live there, you're going to be in Aso Rock for. We are not wishing for that, but what I'm saying is that I wish for anything that will make us to realize our goal of today.
Well,
thank you very much,
that's
my brother.
fair enough as well. Thank you so much, Osita. I have another caller, and my time is fast rounding up. Okay, so hello there.
Hello, Mayegun.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Mayegun, I've already given up, honestly. I have tried more than 30 times, more than 30 times. This is Austin from Germany.
It's tiring and it's exhausting, but every day it keeps getting more interesting and ridiculously interesting.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to listen to the broadcast today. I didn't want to make comments, but like you said, it's getting interesting, and it's really tempting to say something, because it's unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation now. But
unfortunate.
All I can say is that, like I told you last time, that I hate protest. It's not as if that Nigerians doesn't want this integration. Nigerians want it. Let me be honest with you.
I know.
if you hear from their speeches, if you hear from their body languages, you know, the only thing people are doing now is to say, okay, if we can get this, maybe we can get this. But one thing Nigerians forget about is that, like what a sister, my brother said now. He said, if the military come and say it's going to be like a blessing in disguise.
I know.
Yeah, I quite agree with him in one way, but I would say that as Nigeria is established now, you can never remove anything. Anything can happen in Nigeria. Anything. There is nothing that cannot happen in Nigeria. Even the things that you have, look at what the lawyers for Obi were saying, that it's only in Nigeria that such a thing can happen. Go and get anywhere else. It's only in Nigeria. Nigeria is a crime scene.
It's sad.
Exactly. Nigeria is a crime scene that you can never rule out anything. Anything can happen at any given time. Anything can happen at any given time. So if we are here saying Obi will come and do miracles, not to be honest with you, maybe that's my own view. I have said this before. There will be nobody that can salvage Nigeria. Nobody. Nobody can salvage Nigeria. Nigeria has gone to the brink. It has gone to the limit. What we are doing now, we are just managing the crime. It will reach to every one of us. Don't worry. You know, people are here, people now are agitating and happy. I say that Kumba is doing this. He is a written voice that doesn't even know what Asari Kumba is doing. Asari Kumba is going to cash out with this. He's going to just make his own money.
No, he's
and they're going to accompany him to make his own money.
Remember me too, I think.
Yeah, exactly. He's looking for his own post, and the post he's looking for is security to guide the territory of where they are getting the oil. The pipeline, yeah, it's what he's doing. Because who is in charge now is Tumpulu, and he's not in good contact with Tumpulu. So he just wants to evacuate Tumpulu. That's what he's doing. So people are here dancing to this rigid of wickedness, because this is the music of darkness and wickedness. Nigeria have come to the last option, nothing else. Either we like it or not, I still maintain my standard. But the only option left for Nigeria is disintegration. Nothing else. Nothing else. Let nobody lie to you. Let nobody come to cajole you and tell you, if this one enter, he will do this. If this one enter, he will do this. He will do it for free.
They can explain how they are going to do it. Maybe they can convince us. They cannot even explain to you how they're going to do it. They just say, hope is here, food is here, drink is here, job is coming, happiness is here. And they also shouted, hey, Baba, 2023.
Yeah, that is it. Nigerians are going to go back now to start praying, to start ask God to do this, to ask God to do that.
Touch their hearts.
Go and check. Go and read the history of Central Africa. What happened in Central Africa? It's something that Fulanis had. They did there. What saved Central Africa is the indigenous. They stood up and said, enough is enough.
Until they are tired.
Central Africa removed themselves from the hand of Fulanis. Fulanis dealt with them exactly what they are doing today in Nigeria.
Bless you, Baba. Thank you so much. I know. Thank you so much. My time is so up now.
Thank you, man.
And I wish I could listen to you all night anyway. So thank you. So your name, you didn't tell me your name. I mean, sorry, it's all right.
Austin from Germany.
I know. I want it to be on record. So that's why I had to have you to say it. Thank you so much, Austin. Okay. I just lost people.
You're welcome.
And people have seen that the NEPA has taken it. So Austin, thank you so much for stopping by. All the best, sir. Okay. Good night. So thank you, everybody. I am going to put on, I'm going to change the battery quickly, and I'm going to give my closing remark. And if you have been with me all night, hang on. If you have been with me all night, don't go anywhere yet, okay? Just a second, and we can call it a night. Right. Now, this is the closure. Thank you so much, everybody, for spending your evening with me, as usual. I am so sorry that a lot of you still want to call in and contribute. The time is no longer on our side. We started late, but we had all our full time. Now, I want to say thank you as well to every one of you who have kind of dropped your likes, shared this broadcast, spent your evening as usual, the way we normally do. But remember this, okay? If by any means you are still very much interested in supporting me in that my my digital cam that we are ordering, the link to do that is my PayPal. That will get to me directly and straight away, not like days, or whichever one, right? I want to say a big thank you to all of you who actually like came together. I will list your names at the appropriate time, okay? You have managed to save me 1,400 grand that I probably would take another 2 months or so to save in this case. So you saved me that, and I appreciate every penny of it. I will see you some other time. Maybe tomorrow I'll be telling you I have ordered my camera. I can't wait. Brand new. Amazing. Thank you. And you should all have a wonderful evening. So good night from here.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Ìmọ̀ yìí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ìmọ̀ yìí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.